Welcome to the Reiki Business Collective, where Reiki business owners come together to share information, support one another, and serve the world. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, interviewing and inviting Reiki business owners to join the conversation in the Reiki Business Collective Facebook group. Thank you. Welcome to this episode of the Reiki Business Collective. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here speaking with Roman Vaynshtok. Roman has been a Reiki master teacher since 2006 and owns and operates the Peace and Balance Reiki Center. At the age of 3, he experienced a life-changing healing experience and has more than 30 years of experience as a special education teacher. He now focuses on mentoring and distance healing and is here to talk with us about strategies for growing our Reiki business. Roman, welcome. Such an honor to have you on the Reiki Business Collective. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's my honor and pleasure to be with you.
Well, thank you, Roman. So, Roman, please tell us a little bit about your Reiki business, and we'll move into talking about strategies for growing a Reiki business.
When I was specially, as you mentioned, I was special ed teacher for 30 years, and when our school was closed, I was thinking to what I can do. And because during my teaching years, I try to help my students with emotional and physical needs without referring to another medication. So I learned different techniques, different modalities, different approaches to help my students. So like in the early 90s, it was therapeutic touch. Later it became tapping, but now it's EFT. Later become brain gym, it's one. And at some point I learned Reiki and implemented in my classroom, working with my kids. And when school was closed and I need to make decision, I think I have this experience, I have all this knowledge, so why not make it business?
Wonderful. I love that, Roman. And I love that you used your Reiki knowledge and experience with your special education students. What a wonderful thing to do. Roman, before we move into talking more about your business and the ways that we can grow our Reiki business, I'm really curious, Roman, did you see any effects on your special education students when you were using Reiki with them?
Absolutely. Just why I'm using, because I find out if some of my students have seizures, and when they have grand mal seizures, I think I find Reiki very effective to stop seizures.
Beautiful. That is great. And I've heard from other instructors in classrooms with students that it really can help to just calm the atmosphere and create an overall atmosphere that's a little bit more peaceful than it might otherwise be.
Yes, why some teachers and some practitioners in practice use sound healing, I was working with art therapists together later when I have my business, and we just everything just in waves, in frequencies, it's sound, colors, everything. So it affects our psyche.
Yes. Wonderful. Great. Well, thank you. So, Roman, as far as your Reiki business, you started out with in-person sessions. Tell us a little bit more about how your business grew, because you've done a lot in terms of Reiki business.
When somebody start many business, it means we all want to help people. We want all help as many people we can. And many see that opening, healing business, it's solution to help people. I need to open business so I can see more people. But it's business solution. It's a business decision. It's a lot of moving parts to first protect our business, protect ourselves, protect our clients. It's a lot. It's not just with just healing, we also business owners. So for me, my first advice will be to, before you start your business, creating your LLC or whatever more appropriate, start volunteering as Reiki practitioner. Find place to volunteer. Because let me point just several benefits of volunteering. First, you acquire valuable experience. Second, you will figure out who are your favorite clients. So you just find your niche with whom you love to work. Because like for me, if somebody tell me my dog or my cat's sick, I know people who just focus on animal Reiki. And for me, it's not my niche. I'm working with cancer patients, working with terminally ill. It's not what I'm do every day. So I just refer people to another practitioners because we all need to find where we're more effective. Because I'm more effective with pain management and maybe less effective with horses.
You're right.
So in second, when we're volunteering, people start recognize us as authority in this field. People becoming regularly and people see us and understand it's what we're doing. So it's just few things to mention, benefits of volunteering.
I love that, Roman. That is, I think, really great advice. And you outlined some really great reasons for it. You know, getting that practice and experience, finding your niche and where you want to serve. And for you, it was with cancer. People experiencing cancer. It was with the terminally ill, and not with horses. So not with animals. And I think that is such a great point, Roman. I also love that you pointed out that it helps you to become an authority on Reiki and to have people turn to you for your knowledge and experience. The more we practice, the more we learn. And I think that's excellent advice. So Roman, do you have, for someone who is considering starting a Reiki business, do you have a recommendation for like a number of years that they should volunteer first, or a number of sessions, or anything like that?
Yes, I always recommend if somebody coming to take a class, at least have 20 to 40 hours experience with Reiki, giving Reiki. But how many year volunteering, it's up to person, because maybe some person start volunteering in one organization and think, no, it's not right fit, and I don't like this environment or whatever, and go to another organization. My personal experience, I volunteered for 16 years before COVID start in hospice, in biggest hospice organization in Cleveland. In my 16 years, it's 14 years before I start my business. I start my business last 2 years of volunteering. And what's happened during volunteering, I start giving sessions to residents of hospice. Later, they see benefits and they start inviting me to talk to new staff or new volunteer program orientations. Later, they see our staff burn out. So can you teach Reiki to the staff? So I start teaching classes. So it's give a lot of experience to me. It's benefit organization. And when I start my business, even clients of I cannot use clients of hospice because it's not ethical. But if I give something session in hospice as volunteer and they benefit and they see decreasing in pain or they take less medication, they say, oh, my son or my uncle have some kind of issue. Could you help them? And I say, yeah, they can call me and we will talk if I can help or not. Same going to the staff. If I staff burnouts and I have them and they say, my son have a lot of emotional problem in school. Could you help my child? Or it's how when I start my business, it's where it's my first clients come. People who know me through volunteering, through Reiki shares, because in my local library, I done before. Now I'm not living in Ohio. I done monthly Reiki share. In monthly Reiki share, it's not just, it's have two group of people coming. First, come a little bit back, volunteering and do Reiki share in public library is best way to let people know who you are, because it's free advertisement. Public library need have activities. They must fill the calendar. So they will advertise in their bulletins, in their flyers, in everywhere what they're doing to community, local community, they will advertise your share. So it's perfect. In second, it's people who come into Reiki share, it's two group of people. People who have no idea what is Reiki, but look interesting. Or people, I have my Reiki 1 or Reiki 2 5 years ago, but I never practiced. Let me come. So what I done, it's session for people who have no idea, and people, I have one table, and sometimes it's 10, 15 people, 20 people come. So it's half of them or less will be just people who would like to experience, and half or less or more will be people who introduced to Reiki but never practice or stop practicing, or just somehow was never right time. So I put one person from this group who would like to experience on the table, and everyone, maybe 5, maybe 7 practitioners go around the table, and I guide them, I mentor them how to perform session. So they're doing session, 5, 6, 7 people, same time on one person. It's a 10-minute session, 15-minute session, depends how many people. I say, okay, now you're done. Next one, go on the table, and we will go again. So it's good experience for practitioners to practice, and good introduction to the people. Another point, what my benefits, why it's free. I'm library not allowed charge, it's free. But what my gain, because even with volunteering, we know something good coming from this. In my Reiki share, I have sign-in sheet. So people leave me a name and email address, nothing more. I need first name and email address, it's it. So they become my mailing list. I have monthly newsletter with some tips and advices. If nothing else, I'm not soliciting business, I give tips. Okay, if you're stressed, now it's season fall coming. Okay, how you boost your immune system? Put ginger in this, put garlic or something. I give just advices how to improve the immune system, how to be peaceful, how to achieve inner peace, maybe some breathing techniques. Okay, when you're excited, how you can control your emotion through the breathing. So just my newsletters, it's educational. Same time, every month I have blog posts in my website. So I say, okay, like I sent August newsletter. And with my August newsletter, I say, my September blog post will be about how our inner voice and how our thoughts affect our health. So I give them hands up. So you can, September 1st, you can look on my website and read this news blog post if you're interested. So just for me, it's working with library. It's good for library, they have activity, and good for me because some people who read my blog post, maybe they will interested to learn more or become clients.
Wow, Roman, that is really powerful. You have really just given us a process. And the process is pretty simple. Go to a library, offer some free programming like a Reiki share or a meditation or a talk about Reiki or, something else that aligns with what we do. And then ask people for their name and email address as a sign in almost as they're there.
Yes.
Yes, and then use those email addresses to send them a monthly newsletter with some tips, advice, and all other kinds of great value for them. So that's a pretty great process, Roman. Thank you for sharing that with us.
And again, it's a newsletter. It's my newsletter, never longer than half page. They all have short attention span. And another thing, what I would like to share, it's about networking. Because we have a lot of, especially meetups in different places that they can network. And sometimes people have wrong idea about networking. If I go to networking and I give my 2 minutes elevator speech and give everyone my business card, it's called spray and pray.
Spray and pray.
Because it's not networking, it's just wasting time. Networking, when after you meet people, you make yourself notes. Okay, this person in this business, this person in this business, and connect with them, and make one-on-one meeting after networking. Okay, for my networking every Wednesday, some group Wednesday. So I meet with people maybe for a cup of coffee Thursday, or maybe Sunday, or just different schedule. Everyone have different schedule, but I meet with them one-on-one. And when I meet with them one-on-one, it's not about, I can give you Reiki, I can make your stress less stressful, I can whatever. It's not about us when we meet someone. We need to find out what's their problem, what's their concern, how we can help their business grow. Because if you show concern and help them, you gain business. But it's not about you, it's about them. Let me give you a few examples, some ideas. And one of networking meetings, I met with financial planner. And his worries was his clients make emotional financial decisions when market diving. So, okay, I losing money, second day, third day, almost every week, my portfolio is shrinking, and they make emotional decision. So he want to just talk with them, not panic, because market go up, down, market will go up. And after this up again down, it's normal for market. But overall, market always go up. Because if he go down 3 points, next it will go up 4 points. And again, 2 points down and 5 points up. So it's go up and down. So we create webinar together. When he talk about not panic, doing market fluctuation, in my part was, okay, you feel stress, you feel anxiety. What kind of tips and techniques you can use to calm yourself down? So not make a rational decision. So we create this webinar. So for me, I help his business, and same I make myself known to his clients. Another example, like I meet at one meetings with art therapist, and we talk about what her clients, what they more problem when they have during art therapy sessions. So we create together session to combine art therapy and Reiki together. I have blog post on my website, blending art, call it blending art in Reiki. But we have the clients who experience trauma to help themselves during combined sessions. It's again, I will never come to this idea by myself, but meeting with people, talking with people, find solution what they worries about. It's building my business. And another things, we all have people who have business owners. We're so busy with our business, we not go to a job fair. We're not looking for a job. We have our business, we need to grow our business. But for me, it's opportunity. We have a job fair. I go, when I have my office, I was going to a job fair. During one of these what my goal, not find job because I have my business. My goal find what industry have problem, what's a problem, and I find that what industry have, like for example, retention problem. As a result, start working with company that provide help for elderly and people with disability, home aid, people that come in light cooking, light cleaning. So this companies, this kind of company, because they have limited profit range, they don't make a lot of money. They usually not paying a lot to people who work for them. So they have main issue, turnover of workers. So I talk to them, we create program, and they put me on retainer. So I was in the office for 3 hours every week, providing services for the employee who need it. So what it happens if they improve? It's improve their retention and reduce burnout for the staff. But again, I help them and create more business for me.
Wow, Roman, these are some incredible ideas, and I love your approach to networking, and I love your spray and pray phrase. You know, that's typically what we think of when we think of networking. Go to an event, hand out your card to as many people as you can, tell them what you do, and then just hope that they think about you later and need or want your services. But the way that you approach networking is so much more thoughtful and so much more focused, where you are really turning it to who is this person? How can I get to know them? And how can I help them, whatever challenges they might be experiencing? And I especially love your example of going to, a job fair.
It's not about the anxiety of people who search for job. I more focus on business owner who looking for people. Okay, why are you looking for people? What's your problem? Why not have enough people? So how I can help your business retain good quality people or bring more? Maybe it will be my service will be part of your benefit package for your employee. Just for me, it just more focused on another business owner because we have much more common than people who are looking for a job because they're looking for a job, maybe, I don't know, temporary or whatever. But business owner, they focus to grow their business. In this way, we're on the same page.
Yes, of course, Roman. And, this idea of business owners who want to retain employees, treat them well, and reduce employee stress. I love this. This is really awesome. Do you have any other tips and thoughts on this kind of really powerful networking?
I just not giving tips. It means everyone will find like when I'm mentoring, I need to find more about person because what is work for me, maybe not work for another person. Everyone depend on personality because someone like public speaking. So we can arrange a different way when he can stay in front of the people from public library, from different events like a different business fair or health fair. Even he can give speeches and talk about energy healing. I talk about benefits, just because it's not one cookie cutter approach, not one size fits all. So in this case, I just share a couple experiences what work for me, but because with another person, another personality, and when we will talk, I find more about his personality, and it will be absolutely different idea. What will be personally for me, I will never do this, but for someone, it's just what they are, and it will work perfectly for them.
Yes, great. I love it. So it's not just about, hey, try this and this and this, but rather what really resonates with you and what feels right to you as far as getting yourself out there.
Yeah, because to find your own voice. Because when you have your own voice, you're honest with yourself. You're your true self. So you're more believable, more trustful.
Wow, I love it, Roman. Roman, what other thoughts do you have for us on growing our Reiki business?
Sometimes when we have, like, I have clients come to me because maybe it's a child, or I work with people with severe disabilities. We need to realize sometimes people, even cancer, people who have terminal illness, serious illness, they normally have a lot of support, but we forgot of people who provide the support. For me, if I have somebody, I don't know, paralyzed or stroke patient or different severe disability, I always thinking, first I thinking, okay, what about person, spouse, or somebody who provide care for them? Because for me, they burn out. Statistically, they dying 30% yearly these persons who they care of. So just they just put all they're not thinking about themselves. They're thinking of loved one, how we can support and help them. So for me, like I call to provide service to to cancer patient, and I provide a session Reiki, and person feel better, and person who take care spouse feel see benefits, and I think, okay, I can give you a few options. I can come weekly, or how we schedule twice a week or every month, whatever, depend on situation, or I can teach you, and you will do this to yourself and to your loved one. So we always need. Sometimes I give session for two people at the same time, person and caregiver, spontaneously same time. But I always offering them because sometimes we're not thinking as opportunity to teach someone, to spread this energy, to spread this healing ability, not to heal someone, but also help somebody learning this ability, learning the skills, so they can spread this love and energy around the world, or at least in their family.
Yes, that's
So
great.
for me, I always give up to my, when I go to the family, I always give opportunity to learn. If they want to learn, I always offering this to them.
Yes. Wonderful, Roman. Thank you for that. You bring up such a good point that so often when it comes to people who are terminally ill, experiencing illness like cancer, for instance, that those people have lots of support, but it's the people who are supporting them, their loved ones, their family members, who aren't getting as much support themselves. So I think that's a wonderful point, Roman. Thank you for bringing that up. Great. So good. So Roman, any other thoughts on growing a Reiki business?
It's just, I think it's everything else. It's go with experience or different situation. It's hard for me to say you need to do this or that, because it's everyone in different situation, and we need to find way to learn. Like for me, just learn and improve your business. Like when I started my business, I was I have three different Reiki teachers, Reiki. It's Reiki Roiho, it's Tibetan Reiki, Holy Fire Reiki, another Reiki, just for me, because it's all, we need always look for opportunity to learn, because every teacher brings something unique. So who can enrich our life and our experiences? Because when I'm taught Reiki, have my classes, I not teach exactly how my teacher taught me, because I have different life experiences. I go through different, different life experiences. So it's affect me and affect my healing not ability, but healing approach. So for me, just if we have opportunity to learn from somebody else, another, I was Reiki master and I still take classes, and I was now looking for in contact with another teacher to learn from him what he doing. But for me, it's always looking to learn something, because you you enrich your experiences, you enrich your healing ability. And second, we need to understand it's just like we have learned Reiki positions. In beginning, it's must to go through this all this position. But with more experiences, we don't need. We have our intuition developed so much. We know where to put our hands and where to not. So just same this position. It's like you learning ABC alphabet. You know A after B after C. What is go in alphabet. But when you become more efficient, more confidence, you're not using ABC. You create your alphabet. You create your language. You can put words together, not in this order. You can change order, because you become more professional, more self-confidence, more experience. So you create your language. So for me, just I stopped using my table a long time ago. It's was standing in my office, but when I'm traveling, I use zero gravity chair. I find this best way to use. It's light and it's more comfortable, because I have experience when I start my business. I have experience when the lady come to Reiki session, and when I say, okay, because we was normally saying, okay, hop on the table and we will start. But she changed her face. I realized I say something not supposed to, because she was not comfortable going on the table for different reasons, health reasons different. So after this I always say, do you want to sit in my chair, or do you want to go on the table? We go over, but everything we learn with experience, because nobody tells us we need to offer choices. Or I go to visit my clients who have stroke. I say, okay, I see you very comfortable in your recliner. Let's work in your recliner. So just same things when I was volunteering in hospital. If somebody have in the hospital bed with a lot of tubes and wires go around, we need work in the hospital bed. Or if somebody have a burns unit, when you cannot even come close, so you stay by the door or through the window, give distance Reiki. We need to learn everything what we learn in class is suggested. It's just best recommendation in the beginning, but it's not carved in the stone. It's not 10 commandments.
Yes, absolutely. That is such empowering thought, Roman. So thank you for that. Roman, you also now mentor Reiki practitioners. And can you tell us a little bit about your mentoring practice, and maybe even some tips for empowering ourselves and empowering clients?
Absolutely. So now when I move out of country and I live in another country and I not have office anymore, my business focus more on distance sessions, Reiki sessions, and mentoring. Because I was teaching classes only face to face. Somehow I not feel comfortable teaching online. So what I'm doing now, I'm mentoring. So people who have take a class in person or online, and they still have some questions, they can contact me, and we have 30 minutes Zoom session. When they bring their questions, in 30 minutes, we find solution. I help them grow business or grow skills. It depends on where they are and what they're looking for. Because for me, it's 30 minutes to find solution for one problem, it's enough. It's not enough to teach class, but find one solution, it's enough. And I'm glad you mentioned self-empowerment. In empowerment, I really focus on this because when we kids, when we was child, or we have child, and child have snuffles or fever or whatever, we take his hands or her hands, go to the doctor, say, we go to the doctor and he will fix you, he will heal you. So we learn from early age to become better. We need to give up our power. Somebody will do something to us. And what I'm focusing with my clients is empowering them. I will not fix you. I will not heal you. I will help your body heal itself. I will help you learn skills to help your body to heal. Because our body wants to be healthy. Our body will, when we have scratches or cuts, do not go to the emergency room and say, I have cut on my finger, put stitches. No, we know it will heal itself. So we need to learn about our body ability to heal, and we believe in this ability. And if somebody cannot assist his body, what I tell him, at least not stay in the way of healing. Because sometimes we can encourage our body to heal, and sometimes we can prevent it to heal. And this time we will talk about probably mindset, because it's a big deal. Because sometimes people, it's a lot of talking now about, not now, for a while, about placebo effect. So, it's everything placebo. But what is placebo? It's placebo, it means our body ability to heal itself without intervention or surgery or something. So yes, I will gladly call Reiki placebo or whatever you want. If it's helping, if it's healing, call this, I don't know, whatever you want. Call this voodoo. I don't care. But we need to understand body ability to heal. Because everything in our body changing constantly. I know when I start give a class about self-healing, I talk about 65 trillion cells. Now I learned it's not 65, it's 55 trillion cells in our body. So, okay, I will not count cells in my body, but I believe it's 55 now. So just for me, we need to understand our body constantly replacing itself. In 7 years, we have brand new body. So like skin cells, only 2 weeks, red blood skins live about 3 months. In our digestive lining, they were absolutely short living because it's so acidic in our digestive system. So we need to understand our body constantly replaces itself. So if our ability to, it's our choice we need to make choice. We will replace illness, our sick cells, with another sick cell, or we will replace with healthy cells. It's our choice. It's choice not just what we're eating or exercise. It's much more. It's together. So just what I'm doing is just empowering people to understand body healing ability. And also, it's about how we talk to ourselves. Because it's a big deal, because if we know, it's not common knowledge, body can heal itself only if it's in relaxed mode. When it's not a sympathetic, when it's in parasympathetic nervous system response, when it's rest and digest. Because when it's in stress response, energy flow change. I will not give a lecture on this, but the energy flow change to survival mode. Body cannot heal itself when it's survival mode. But when we have, for example, again, talking about cancer, when we have cancer, how we talk to ourselves, how doctors and people around us, our loved ones, you need to fight cancer. But what we talk about fighting. So our body, our understand through our inner voice, we're in the war. And when we're in the war, we're not relaxing, we're not digesting, we're in stress response. So we need to change our wording. We're not in the war. We cannot war with our body. We can heal our body only through compassion and love. So it's how we heal our body. We cannot heal our body with fighting our body. Because like I am a right-handed, and I cannot say, I love my right hand because it does so much, and I really did not appreciate my left hand because I cannot do it with left hand everything what I can do with right. It's everything, even cancer cell, it's part of our body. We cannot hate our part of our body. We cannot hate ourselves. We can heal it with love.
Wow, Roman, that is really empowering. Thank you for sharing all of that. You know, I really appreciated your comment that we are very much trained to go to someone else for healing, you know, very much trained. Oh, you're sick, let's go to the doctor and get you well. And so I love, Roman, how you're really encouraging us to encourage ourselves and encourage our clients to recognize that they have the power to send love and compassion to themselves and facilitate their own healing. So this is beautiful, Roman. Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to say on that?
No, just reinforce. We have placebo effect and we have nocebo effect. And we need to understand this. If we're negative, we're hurting ourselves. If we're positive, we're healing ourselves. It's not about everything rosy. Sometimes people, when we talk about positivity, people say, oh, everything rosy. No, not everything rosy. We need to understand life constantly changing. If somebody have bad time, it will come to the end. It will have good time. But if we have good time, we need to realize it's come to the end to some point, and we'll have stretch of not so good time. So it's just appreciating and understanding. So for me, just when I have terminally ill people with illnesses come to me and they say, okay, doctor, give me 3 months to live or whatever. I have cancer patient, not cancer, it was a different disease, but she was giving 6 months to live. She was with me 7 years. So for me, it's if you working for 16 years in hospice, I understand. If I work with person and he truly believe he have 3 months to live, I can start my clock. Day early or day later, he will die. Doesn't matter if he even healing. He will die because he believe in his body will shut down. If somebody have belief in staying, because I always tell my clients, we need accept diagnosis, but reject prognosis. Because nobody knows how long we will live, what happens to us. Our body wants to live. Our body wants to survive. Our body wants to heal. We need help our body. It's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but we need to help our body to heal. Because it's everything, it's not in the stone. We can encourage healing or we can do opposite.
Yes. Wow, Roman, thank you so much. That is some really great encouragement. So thank you. So Roman, if people want to get in touch with you, if they want to learn more about you, what you do, maybe get a mentoring session with you, maybe get on your mailing list so that they can get your monthly newsletter, how can people get a hold of you?
It's easiest way is just go on my website. It's peaceandbalance.org. Or email me directly, contact@peaceandbalance.org. Because talking about business, when I start my business and I was thinking how to name my company, because so many lotuses and pagodas and everything in the spiritual world and crystals and just so many different names. And I was thinking, okay, what make me happy? What make me healthy? When I have inner peace, when I have balance between my private and public life. So I call this peace and balance.
I love it. I think it's great, Roman. So thank you so much. Wonderful. Roman, anything else that you might like to add today?
Not just to every practitioner, just believe in yourself, because self-believing, you have way to win. And second, practice and learn. Because when I start my business, I ask for go with me for lunch or coffee, people who have successful construction business or successful financial business. It's not need to be in healing business, but it's business. So what's their business strategy? How they succeed in their business? Because we can learn from everyone, not just from Reiki practitioner. For any successful business owner, it can be laundromat. It doesn't matter. Because if they succeed, they have something to share with you.
I love that, Roman. That is beautiful and excellent advice as well. Roman, thank you so much for chatting all about Reiki business and sharing your insights, wisdom, and knowledge. It's been an honor to have you on Reiki Business Collective.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. And thank you all so much for listening. It is an honor to have you join us, sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, share, and join in the conversation at facebook.com/groups/Reiki Biz, B-I-Z. Blessings and best wishes for your Reiki journey.